Into it, Scott here, guys, with your full setup guide for Zetsubou no Shima. We're gonna blast right into round 4. It's all about points. The kill these spores early on, or else you're gonna get thrashers. We'll get into that more later. We're gonna start with doing our challenges. People have asked for a non-perkaholic one. Well, maybe someday I'll show you guys a strat for that, but this is just about giving you the full tour of the map and everything. So that's your first challenge pedestal down there we just checked, and now we're going over to get our skull for that. You also want to check your challenges up here. Your challenges are all random. They're going to change every game. Maybe I'll make a separate video of how to do each of these challenges. I don't know. This is probably the longest setup I've ever had to do. Setup guide, and honestly, wow. It's a miracle of editing. So, your first one's pretty easy, especially when you have perkaholic. Otherwise, just have a wall gun. I suggest the L-car if you do not have perkaholic, and training out there to rack up some points, getting the Bowie knife as soon as possible. If you don't have a perkaholic, I would highly suggest throwing a double points in your lineup unless you're playing a local. If you don't have that, it's just going to take you a few more rounds because this is just insane points, okay? So now that you've done that one ritual, you put your skull back and you'll be doing these along the way. But let's skip ahead here. We've made more points. Next round, we're going straight for the Bowie knife because it really does pay for itself, especially with what you're about to see. First shield part locations there. The other two are in that general area back. Sorry, do not have time to edit in the parts locations. I might do a separate part video altogether. So now we're getting ready to go over and do the next ritual, which is to your left and down in this little area where the plane trap is. Okay, and I'm just killing those things along the way because I really don't want a thrasher this early on. Part could be there for the gas mask. It is here, or it could be all the way down through the centrifuge. So now we're just finishing this up. So I wanted to show you this part. You got to be careful. I tried to do it in the middle of the rounds where I tried horror zombie, but the spiders in the second one can be a real pain in the ass. Look, they even red stain me there just because they're all nipping at you. So that was me just trying to avoid the end of the round. Finally, I just had to say forget it and end the round. But it's fine, because it was time to do the next part anyways, because you need more points. Now that we made more points, it's time to go in here. And you can do this in a different order, but we're going to turn on temporary power. And this is the glorious blue water that you're going to be needing for the entire game. Not going to get into making the golden bucket that helps you have infinite water of any particular color, but it does exist. Maybe in the future we'll get into that. So you turn on the power here. First thing you want to do is lower this cage down so it is ready to get your first part for the KT4. Alright, there are 3 shield locations over here. They're all right in a row there from the CUDA to the wall, so that's a really easy shield part to find. And then we're going back to fill up the bucket for the other side, which we're going to skip over here. And then you go turn the power on up here. Now, where you build your stuff is up to you. I'll show you the 2 places I do because of the strat I'll show you later that I run. You can go watch my round 104 game that's in the previous live streams where I think there's round 50 through 104 available. You'll see why I have the things positioned the way I do. Now, if you have one of the challenges to kill a zombie before it mutates, where that one was bursting into flames, that's would be one of your 3. We'll get into that some other time. But you basically get zombies to mutate by walking them past spores, and once they start going into the ground on fire. Anyways, I've trapped the bug in the cage. That's an important thing right there. That's what you're doing at your first bug round. Hopefully you have enough points to get over here, and if not, you're gonna have to wait till the next bug round to do it. So there you go. There's the first part to the KT4. Now we've made some more points, so we're going to get a final shield part, which is up in here, either right there, or over in this corner, or it could be over by the seed location in that corner over there. All right, so there's our shield. We have that built. Let's skip down to, now we're going into the cocoon room, and that's where I build my shield for the strat that I'm presently running. Again, it really matters, it only matters, guys, where you decide to run this map, and that's a challenge to itself. This is one of the better rooms for training. There's so many strategies, and the map's still new, so we shall see. The one I personally like that works for me. So, we're slashing cocoons. You're trying to get a part for the pack-a-punch, okay? Now, it's going to be, it'll be glowing and on the ground just like that. So there's one pack-a-punch part. Also, you can utilize these. There's no points to killing these guys in the cocoons. But let's say you're down to your last zombie and you're doing challenges and stuff like that. It can be really helpful to save a few of those and bring them into the mix so that you have a few zombies there and you're not accidentally starting the next round. Now, we're going down here to turn on the power. You've got to cut this webbing. Now, this closes off the gate and you're stuck in here. You can get air here, and there's an air bubble in the back, and there's also a spot right up there in the front where you can bob up for air. Do not suffocate like I have so many times. A couple times. At least twice on stream. It's fun. So, that happened to be one of my trials, probably the easiest one ever, was to breathe in the water. God, thank God I got that one. And it all worked into what I was doing. So, there's also another challenge to kill like 20 zombies underwater. I think there's like 12 here. That's an easy one too, that you'll be doing along the steps of what I'm doing. But probably the hardest ones have to do with killing the zombies before he's mutated. That's the one. It's not really hard. It's just trying to get them and get it at the right moment and having the right power down. So there are two pack-a-punch parts. After you're done turning on the power, make sure to flip that switch. Made more points. Now we're going down here into this room. We want to see, you got to slash the webs off different gobblegum machines, all that stuff. So I'm just checking to see what's on this altar. You got to check the symbols. So now I've come back. I brought the skull. Now I wanted to show you the third one here. Lots of thrashers on the third one. Okay. Now that could be really good if your challenge is to shoot the heads, which are right in the middle of its body, off of them, or So otherwise, you're just killing thrashers. So hopefully, you have a high-powered weapon at this point. Something, or just aim for the head, chest, and the different colored parts, and go quick. But they're not that strong. If you do this stuff early, it's not that bad. Okay. You could also just kind of walk him around and just kill the stuff by the altar, and then they'll disappear once the challenge is over. But that could be just itself. So anyways, now we've gone into power. This is our final altar location. There's also the part for the gas mask out here, and I did not include picking that up when I show you to build the gas mask. So it could be on like the rock right behind the altar. It could be right up there on that little bench towards the zip line, or it could be right on the little pedestal or the crate by the altar. So, it's in that room. You'll find it. It's a little cylinder-looking thing. So pretty easy. This one's not. The fourth one is actually. You would think the fourth one would be a lot harder, but the third one is the trickiest. Just run around, avoid the spiders. If you have a zombie, you can kind of train them around in there. But see how there was like the slow ones? That's because I went into the cocoon room and I cut a couple down that I'd saved from the top. So we're pretty much done with all of our challenge or our rituals for getting our skull. But I'm going to go down here and get our last pack-a-punch part, even though we have nowhere near points to pack-a-punch, but we'll just get out of the way because mostly we're going to get the part from KT4. Now, going down this tunnel, you're going to see me skip ahead to just me in this tunnel. This is where this tunnel is. You get the plant. That's your first unupgraded part to the KT4. And then come back out. You got to do this kind of quick because you'll start to see running out of air. So get a breath. Come through. If zombies are in your way, try to save one or two. and then you can just zip right by it, you know? So there, I got that last part. We're good. We're gonna move out of here, put that part on, and bam, Pack-a-Punch is open. But once again, more points are gonna be needed for you to utilize that, but at least that's all done. Now, we've got all the 4 skull rituals done, and what happens is a secret little room opens up here, and you're gonna go down. Now, the keepers that are down here that you're feeding the souls are at 1 health, which means that you can shoot them once with a starter pistol, you can knife them with a butter knife, or just put 1 bullet into them. So they're really easy to kill, but they can manage to sneak up behind you and just kind of whack you and get your red screen done. So just move around, kill them quick, but you know, careful. It's not a hard ritual to do at all. It's pretty straightforward. I showed you the whole thing. I do a little bit of shooting sometimes. And by the way, this HG40, it is weak as Jesus. It's got a lot of ammo. Good point maker. I popped the fire sale, you know, once at the beginning to. Actually, I think I popped a couple in this game. But if you don't have fire sales, guys, just use wall guns. You know, there's some great wall guns around, and you know, they're great for making points. So. That's the first place and most important place you have to mesmerize on the wall by the purple water. That lets you open up all sorts of other stuff. Great trick here for getting the last part to the KT4. Now, I could have killed a bunch more zombies up top and gone down with just 3 to 4. Usually I save 3 to 4. In this case, I don't know why I went down a little early. Maybe I was just rushing through it. But usually it's guaranteed almost every single time I've tried this. Actually, every single time I've tried this, I had 2 or 3 zombies. That it will spawn the parts right off the bat. You go through the tube to go, or sewer spikes to go get it. So that is the last part for the unupgraded KT4. There is, by the green water, is one of the parts for the gas mask behind the crate, and also up by double tap, there's a crate up there. Or stamina or speed cola or whatever spawns there. Perks do spawn randomly. You come down here, the gun will be waiting for you. You just need to press square or X, and that will then go ahead and build it. Okay, so now we're going to start the upgrading process. I need to mesmerize. Now that I've mesmerized that 1 wall by the purple water, you come back down there and mesmerize that wall. It opens up a seed location where you're going to need purple water, rainbow water. You're 1 blue, 2 blues, blue rocks hit square, red, blue rocks. You do like a 1, 2, and then 3 count using those blue lights that you're passing, and then by the 3, you're going to be passing right by the blue rocks. So that's a good trick for getting the rainbow water. It's 1, 1, and 5 element rocks. All right, so then you go down, plant the seed, do the rainbow water. I like to get this done at the beginning of each round, and I'll tell you why, guys. Let's say you get a nuke, or for some reason you end the round without watering the plant by accident. Well, you're going to have to wait for the few rounds for the plant to wither and die so you can plant a new plant. So, yeah, it's best to get it right the first time if you want to get this done in the early rounds. So now we've all the way out of there, we filled this back up. That's another hidden room to the Easter egg. Also a good camp location that I'll show you in future videos. We're not covering the Easter egg on this, but I am showing you a couple of the stuff. The Easter egg's really simple past doing all the stuff that I'm doing here, guys. So there's just a few more steps. I probably could have just thrown it in there, but there's some great tutorial videos out there for the missing steps. I'm not adding it. This is already long enough. So I've gone down and watered that again and again, and now we're going to go up, and we're just going to finish off the round here. I just want to show you how easy it is to get out of here. We have an HK, let's say there's thrash in my way. That's another great reason to have that skull good to go. That's why I showed you this clip, because the thrash in your way, it's like, oh, what are the thrasher? Easier to take them out with the skull. And then bam, we're out of there. Now, we're going to get more blue water like we will many times. We're clearing the spider webs to go to the spider boss. And when you shoot one of the spores in the wall, it gives you kind of like super speed. Now we're getting ready to plant seeds for all of our good stuff like clone pods and expert slots. There's a your bonus drop that's in there that happened to be a max ammo, but that varies every game. So we've watered these plants, and we've shot it once with the KT. We're clearing pods so we have less thrashers and on back. Now I think it's time to go battle. We're going to get some more water and take on the spider chick, okay? Now, the spider boss seems hard at first, but it really isn't, okay? She will stomp with her feet. You want to go in there kind of with some high-powered weapons, preferably a pack punch one. It doesn't need to be a breckie. I've done this with an ICR wall gun. Packed just really easy. So she's not that hard to kill. What you're shooting for is you're waiting for her to have that yellow mouth. And I find it better to just hit shoot than to try and aim at it. But, hey, do whatever works for you. I'm standing close in to as far as I can go and kind of bobbing around. Because see, her legs are like hitting down, shooting out acid. That's all like behind me. So if I go as far forward as possible, it seems to be the safest place to be. And I'm just waiting for her mouth to turn yellow. And then I'm just dumping into it a little bit there. And see how easy she was to kill like that? So really, really simple. You don't have to have 3 guns. She used to drop a max ammo, but she'll shoot out spiders at you if you haven't killed her by a certain point. Coming through here, this is where you get your free Widow's Wine in that puddle. I already have it, and now if I ever go down, that's where I would be coming through to get that. And I would suggest if you come in here mid-round, make sure that you have your full skull charge to get out of there, or at least a couple monkey bombs, because that is a death trap in there. Or wait till the end of the round where you just have one guy, okay? So now we're just back to watering some more plants, and we gotta finish up our challenges and get our parts for the upgraded KT4, which is the muzzle room. Alright, so we're moving along. I have 2 fan traps. I wanted to show you this. Be careful, always run to the left of that fan trap, or else you will die. It will suck you in and kill you. So be careful about that if you're going to do like a double dip on that fan trap. You have to be all the way to the left, or else you get sucked in and down. So be careful. There we built our gas mask. Now we're going with the challenges. The top one is a free perk bottle slot, so now you would have 5 permanent perk bottles. You need to wait for lightning after all your challenges are complete to electrify your shield. Oh, by the way, the spider, when I went in there, I am so sorry that I skipped the step. After I killed her, I walked up to her mouth and hit the spinner X button and picked up one of her teeth out of her mouth. That was one of the parts, okay? That was the second part for the upgraded K2. And it doesn't show in your inventory list, you just gotta know you've done it. Now we're going for the third part. The first, obviously, is the plant that I'm building down there. And then that would be the second. And then this would be a third. Now on co-op, you hit this and your teammate is going to have to lower you down. And then he can bring you back up, but, eventually it will happen if you just go hold the zombie or whatnot. But you do need your teammate to lower you down in a co-op game. And solo, it automatically does it. You just pick up that vial from that skeleton. If you miss it, go electrify your shield again and just do it one more time. Okay, guys? Pretty simple stuff. So, we're blasting through this. Now we've got all of our parts. We're going to go to the station to the right of where you originally built the gun, or picked up the gun, and it's going to now upgrade it for you. Woo! You have now upgraded the KT4. It's still a POS, but it actually is not bad. It's not going to get you out of any jams, but you can. It's definitely something you want. You want the plans. There's some great camping strategies for it. Your first challenge is a max ammo. It does say there you don't have to grab it right away. Your second challenge is a gun, and you can, once it goes out, you can actually cycle through. I think it's like 2 or I can't remember if it's 2 or 3 guns, but occasionally it's a breckie. Sometimes it's an SVU, sometimes it's a dingo. So there's a few guns to choose from, and if you don't like the first one that it shows you, you can check out to see what the second one. I think it only gives you 2 options, so per game. But so that's that. But hopefully one of those two would either be at least a dingo or a brekkie, and you could use that to kill the spider boss. So now we're going through here, and we're getting different perks. That's the first bullet part. You need that for the Easter egg. But again, not really covering that, but I figured I'd show it. A haymaker, let's say you have a haymaker in your inventory. It would refill a haymaker, but it could also refill like your wonder weapon. Same with like you can get monkey swimming plants. That was a perk bottle. And I'm going to show you guys a clone player, and we're going to wrap this up. That's about enough for a setup guide. That is the full map. That is everything you're going to need. I hope this has helped you. This has been a labor of love editing this sound. Love. That's funny. All right, your blue water, your sacred water, you need that stuff. You're going to be going back. Get the golden bucket, guys. It's going to save you a lot of time. And have a great day. Leave a like.